tinitira tayo, tapos suddenly, wala na, deleted na. Deleted na. So, meaning kasi nagkakaroon na sila ng, well, siguro natatakot din po sila because of the action being taken by this Congress. And we need to tell our people that the government is doing their job. Fortunately, the privileged speeches, ikaw lang pala, dalawang speeches yan, di ba? Two privileged speeches that was delivered by Congressman Barbers, and the resolution will do justice not only to the members of this House and the executive department, the ordinary people, the showbiz industry, and others as well. Siguro talagang kailangan gawin po ng CICC, Cybercrime Investigation Coordinating Center, yung trabaho. Kasi ang worry ko po dyan yung sa subpoena power. Like for example, yung how can you subpoena those who have violated yung mga offensive contents?
Sir, thank you for that question, Mr. Chair. So, in our presentation, we did mention that walang subpoena powers ang CICC, wala rin ang PNP-ACG. Ang nagsasubpoena po, NBI, but actually, wala rin yatang force of... Pero, content powers ng NBI, sir.
We have discussed that yesterday in the briefing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yung CICC, walang subpoena power. Yung CICC that was created under 10175.
Correct.
It is just a coordinating center.
Correct.
But the CIDG or the PNP, which is part of the coordinating center, and the NBI have a subpoena power.
Wala rin po. May one.
So, CIDG? Andiyan si General Torre ata, andyan?
Sir, umalis na po, sir.
Umalis na si General Torre. So, di ba ang CIDG you have a subpoena power?
Yes, sir, we have, but it is exclusively for cases handled by CIDG.
Cases exclusively handled?
Yes, sir, handled by CIDG.
What do you mean by exclusively handled?
If this case were investigated and subsequently filed by CIDG, then we can issue subpoena.
No. Being a part of the coordinating center, being a part of the cybercrime investigation coordinating center, that will be exclusively a part of the PNP because you are a member of the coordinating center. And that's the reason why you were put in the 10175. Precisely, you have the power to subpoena those people. Kaya it is the responsibility of the CIDG having a subpoena power to issue it to those who have violated the illegal content. Di ba?
Correct. Actually, sir,
it is the NBI.
Yes, sir. It is the chief PNP who has the subpoena power, sir.
Huh? No, the CIDG have the subpoena power. That is vested on your directorate. Di ba? O kaya nga kayo criminal investigation detective. Sayang wala si Chairman ako, baka na-sermonan ka.
No, sir. The chief PNP, sir, is the member, sir, of the CICC. And he has also subpoena power, sir.
Yes, I know that. But the problem is in the creation of the CICC, siyempre, this is being headed by the ICT. Di ba? And then, ang vice chairperson is the NBI. Member, ang chief PNP. Well, kung titingnan mo yung caliber of leveling of the positions, medyo nasa member lang si chief PNP. And that's the reason why we are asking the CIDG to fill in the gaps na kayo pumasok. Hindi mo ipasok si chief PNP doon sa pagiging member ng CICC. Hindi atin dyan.
Yes, sir. If it involves investigation conducted by the CICC and the CIDG is part of this investigation, then we can issue
subpoena. You will be a part of the investigation. Why? Because you are a member of the coordinating center. Kaya coordinating center, and the reason why we have a hearing like this, because we wanted to put that CICC as an agency in the amendment that we will be filing. Kailangan na tayo magkaroon ng sariling agency. Hindi lamang po siya coordinating center. We will have a power of an agency to issue subpoena as well. So for the meantime, that we don't have like that agency as just yet, I think the CIDG and the NBI should be coordinating talaga doon sa CICC para may ngipin po talaga tayo. I think yun ang naging ano nyo, ano? Yusek Jeff, ano? Yun ang naging balakid po ninyo. Am I correct?
Well, hindi naman siguro balakid, sir, kasi palagi naman kami nag-uusap. Marami rin namang nahuli na si Yusek Ramos, but nag-focus lang, sir, in the past scams. So, mga IMSI catchers, scammers. So, you're right, sir. We borrow the powers. So, we coordinate with the law enforcement agency. Sorry for the quote, but seemingly to borrow their powers so that they can, similar to how the PAOK operates po. No? So, kasama ang PNP, kasama
Kasi most especially now that nakita po naman natin that there are issues in the West Philippine Sea. Yung have you seen the post of ni Army Chief natin na nasisira yung kanilang fight sa West Philippine Sea because of the fake mga, that's national security. Di ba? And if I may read, no, may read, ano, basahin ko lang po. Ito po sinabi ni Commodore J. Tariela, yung Philippine Coast Guard po natin, spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, on the role of social media influencers in the discourse surrounding the West Philippine Sea. February 3, 2025. Ngayon lang to. Sabi niya, I would like to commend the House of Representatives for leading this initiative by inviting social media personalities who sometimes model the conversation regarding our fight in the West Philippine Sea. At times, some of them even amplify PRC narratives and weaken our own position. It is important that we make these influencers recognize the limitation of their freedom of speech, particularly when it jeopardizes our national interest and undermines our own struggle in the West Philippine Sea. Kasi sila nakakawawa yung ating mga members of the Philippine Coast Guard eh. Diba? Talagang kailangan ng yung exercise of that subpoena power must be enshrined on the CICC.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman Nabate, please.
with regards to the problem we have now, no, the CICC has the right to investigate, diba? Motu proprio investigation. Pwede ba yun? Even though na walang complainant.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Pero, when it comes to the subpoena powers, binabato nyo sa law enforcement agencies. Kaya bahala.
If it will lead to an investigation, then we seek the assistance of law enforcement agencies with subpoena powers.
So, what do you suggest that this committee would do, for example, to make it more, tawag doon, di ba?
Well, based on our experience of observation, time is of the essence. If you go through that bureaucratic process, delayed, and anything on the net, it takes only a matter of seconds, mawawala, or it will be covered. So if we have that particular authority, then we can preserve the evidence, pieces of evidence.
Mr. Chair, the Singapore has a law on that eh. So, ano pagkakaiba? Yung bang batas natin ngayon does not have any teeth at all.
Yes, Mr. Chair, there is the absence in our laws of such authority.
Okay, maraming salamat sa interjection, Mr. Congressman Abante, because this is not your time yet. Ako naman, being the chairman, I have this advantage over you. So, pasensya ka na po kung
My sincere appreciation.
Oo, sinundan mo pa ako. Anyway, sige, you can proceed. Yusek.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, that is the end of the presentation. But just to reiterate, the request is to grant specific powers to issue subpoena.
Yes, we will do that on the amendments by making the CICC as an agency. But for now, siguro, having said that you are a coordinating center, the CIDG having the subpoena power and the NBI. As an NBI, yan, siguro, tanong muna natin NBI. You have also subpoena power. So,
Yes,
through
Mr.
your
Chair.
coordinating center na created by law, marami na ba kayong nasubpina about
Yes,
sa
Mr. Chair.
mga violation that were committed?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, Mr. Chair, the subpoena power of the NBI is imbued on the creation of the NBI itself, RA 157, and the Modernization Act, which is RA 10867. So, kasama po yung subpoena power sa mga authority na binigay ng Congress sa aming ahensya. That's why CICC always coordinate with us in matters of investigation. Dahil po yung lahat po ng investigative division po ng NBI, with the signature of our Assistant Director for Investigation, pwede pong magsubpoena in aid of investigation po. The only limitation po ng subpoena power of the NBI is we do not have contempt power. So after na subpoenahan po natin yung ating subject for investigation at hindi po siya nag-attend, hanggang doon na lang po yun. We only note on our transmittal and recommendation sa prosecutor that the subject was given opportunity, due process, to explain himself. However, hindi po siya nagpa-unlock sa subpoenang binigay namin.
Okay, question. Okay na yun. But the subject complainant, yung complainant should be yung taong apektado mismo or motu proprio on your side, you can be the complainant. The CIDG and the
Well,
NBI.
Mr. Chair, just for clarification, sabi po ni CICC, we could investigate motu proprio. Investigation motu proprio is different from complaining motu proprio. When it comes to the filing po dito sa ating prosecutor's office, we have to, kailangan po ng complaint ng injured party.
But that is after the investigation was conducted.
After the
So
investigation.
the complainant can follow through.
Yes.
Yeah, good enough. At least, kasi at least you can inform. Like for example, ngayon, magkakaroon na malapit na eleksyon. Nagdadami na talaga that against us eh. And ang dami mga videos, YouTube, TikTok, ang talagang nakikita natin that, like for example, may example lang ako, Mr. Chairman, Co-Chair. Dahil kahapon lamang, meron kami sa pamantasan ng lungsod ng Kabuyaw. Meron tayong dinonate doon, nabanggit yung pangalan ko. You know how many bad comments ang nagbarrage doon sa page nila? 24,000 comments in, I think, in 2 hours. Can you imagine that? That's bots. Auto bots. Kaya nga eh. So, ganun sila ka-desperate. 24,000 comments. Well, basically, maraming talagang mga bad comments. Yung good, siguro, kakonti. But that is bot, di ba? Bots yun, di ba? Now, ang tanong. Kasi baka ang tao hindi naiintindihan yung bots eh. Kaya ganun kabilis because sa isang source nang galing yon. Am I correct? On this analysis? You said?
Yes, sir.
So, kasi kami na nasa Quadcom, nasa Tricom ngayon, for sure, maraming aabutin tayo mga ganito. But we have to let the people know na mga bots yun. Even the what do you call it, the Texas, di ba? Mga gawa ng AI. So, wag natin paniwalaan basta-basta na yung mga messages na nababasa ng ating mga kababayan doon ay galing mismo sa tao. Dahil hindi siya galing sa tao. And maybe a little while that can be explained by the CICC because kahapon when this was presented to us, ako mismo noon ko lang naintindihan na yung mga messages doon sa mga maraming barrage of messages, the bots.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Di ba? Lungkot. Ganito na ka-desperado yung ating mga kababayan dahil malapit ng eleksyon na talagang wawasakin tayo. And even yung mga ating mga members of this Congress, sometimes they feel nararamdaman nila yung depression because makikita mo ang daming views, nag-viral, ang daming comments. Pero makikita nila yung source, it's just one source.
That is
Yung mga
correct.
messages. And that's bots.
That is correct, Your Honor.
That's AI. Kaya we need to have tool that will help the people to understand what is deep fakes and what is bots. Saan nang galing yung source? And that is your responsibility on our on our people to give us these tools para ma-appreciate namin ang truthfulness and falseness of one content and the views and the messages that are being put in the pages of the different citizen of this country. Yun naman kasi lahat eh. Pag may kalaman kasi negosyo, yung restaurant mo, tirahin lang ng bots, dilugi ka na. Pero madami naniniwala, manipulative nga eh, katulad ng sinabi nila ng ating mga akademe, minamanipulate nila yung mga trolls para mag-side dun sa narrative nila na yung restaurant na yan, masama ang pagkain dyan. Huwag kayo dyan kumain. Para sa amin, masama yung politikong yan. Dahil ito yan, pinasok ng mga bots at ng mga AI. Sige, Yusek, tapos ka na po, no? So,
Yes, Your Honor.
pupunta po tayo sa CICC. Siguro yung presentation po ninyo because yung sa tinatawag natin deepfakes, how can the people recognize that this is deepfakes? Kasi meron kayong pinakita sa amin about kila Tom Cruise, kila, ano yan? Dan Fernandez. hindi ako kasama. Meron ako deepfakes eh. Meron din eh. So, paano natin ma-inform yung tao? Oh, Mang Pedro, yung pinapanood mo is a deep fake yan. So, paano? Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, with our presentation, technical presentation yesterday, I think there's no need to repeat this content, no? But we will go to the meat of the presentation natin na what is the resolve of the government to address this issue of fake and deepfakes, fake news and deepfakes. So what is important here is that we have presented that in the past year we've been studying it, and we have found a solution that will enable not only the government but including our citizenry to have that power to discern the content. So I think we should present the tool that we want to disseminate. Okay, our objective is empower the public, empower the citizenry to have the capacity to determine what is fake and what is real. And we believe with the introduction of this solution, we can even the field, or we can educate the public how to defend themselves from being fooled by these propagators of false content. Marco, can we present that? Kindly disregard our presentation already. We'll go straight to the tool.
Hindi pa. Meron pa sila. Tapos na ba?
Yeah. We will go to the
The presentation of the how to determine yung negation. What you try to tell us is about how to negate, no?
how to negate the fix.
The fakes, ano?
Yes.
Para lang for the information of the body, no, para makita po natin, ma-recognize po na. Kasi ako, kahapon, makita ko rin, saka ko lang nalaman na ganun po pala ma-appreciate yung deep fakes, no? Doon mo lang makikita na, fake pala to. Kasi otherwise, yun lalo na yung mga ordinary people, hindi nila malalaman na fake pala yung pinapanood nila. So, i-capacitate natin sila.
Yeah. For some guidelines here, you see, when you see content and there's a rapid barrage of reactions, this is not normal.
Yun.
Ito ho ay kagagawa ng isang mechanism, no? Online mechanism, which we call botnets, no? Or this is generated by artificial intelligence. Ang artificial intelligence ay isang sistema po wherein you can ask it to do something automatically. It's a form of automation. And ito ho ay napoprogram. Mag-aantay na, this is unmanned. Pag meron ka nakuha ng content, o may mag-trigger automatic magre-respond yan. And this is not a normal occurrence ng tao. It takes several minutes for one content to have several reactions. But if you have by the hundreds and thousands, that is very abnormal. And our monitoring center in CICC, we have observed certain patterns. That's why we want to establish some new or request new legislation. We should also look at the capacity or authority to take down botnets. The capacity to determine to automatically remove that is a non-person entity and including the content it propagates. Ito ho yung
And there's no
mga...
violation of the freedom of expression on those bots because they're not humans.
They are not humans. They're not protected by law. And I don't know how it's going to be interpreted. That's why we need legislation on this.
And
This is artificial
we were talking
intelligence.
about the bots on the different reactions and messaging of those bots, which are not humans.
These are not human generated.
Saying libelous content on us, di ba? On
What of the
everybody.
content, Mr. Chair?
What about the contents? What about the sa YouTube na ginagawa nila? There's also comments and there's also di ba? Bots din yun. But yung pong content can be a deep fakes as well.
Yes. Mr. Chair, there's also the
Chair,
angle.
clarification lang muna.
Chairman Congressman Marcoleta.
Director, kasi sinabi mo kanina, we must empower our people. Tama naman yun. We have to enlighten our people because if our people are able to distinguish what is fake and what is true, sila lang, they can always repel. Maski na konting tulong lang eh. Halimbawa kanina, sabi ni Chair Dan, ang problema natin is the West Philippine Sea, sabi natin, ano? But sinong agency ng government ang nag-empower sa ating mga kababayan para malaman nilang complications ng West Philippine Sea? Isipin po natin, sir, there is nothing as West Philippine Sea. Wala po yun. That is a creation by us. Sa totoo lang po, kahit nabasahin mo yung ating mapa or what, there is no West Philippine Sea. Ang West Philippine Sea, yun po yung area na kiniklaim natin, ito yung exclusive economic zone. The complications of the West Philippine Sea has not been explained to our people. Kaya po, nagiging vulnerable tayong lahat eh. Ang sinasabi nila, inoccupy daw ng China ang ating territory. Sir, sa totoo lang po, if CICC and other agencies would cooperate with one another to empower our people, to educate them all, wala pong madideceive kahit ano pang gawin ng China. Kasi alam po na, we are all claimants dito po sa panig ng South China Sea. Several of us, Philippines, China, Vietnam, hindi po natin alam ang Vietnam has the most features occupied in the South China Sea. They had 22, China is 14, tayo, 8, Malaysia, 14, Taiwan, 1. Pero po, kaya po nagsimula dito, yung mga tao natin, mga kababayan natin, kahit na pong i-feed mo sa kanya, akala niya yung totoo because we were unable to educate them. We have not enlightened them as to the complications of the South China Sea. What is the South China Sea? Di ba? So, doon po tayo magsimula. Ngayon, magdi-discuss tayo. We will repel this. Mahirapan din po eh. So nagiging biktima po lahat ang kababayan natin. Kahit na po dito sa ating kapulungan ngayon, hindi pa nila alam kung ano-ano po ba ino-occupy ng China. Hindi po territory ang issue in the South China Sea. Ang issue dito is our maritime rights. The maritime rights designated by our exclusive economic zone, these are not territories under public international law. So, kailangan po tayong mag-educate. Tama po kayo sa premise nyo kanina, but until and unless you are able to educate our people on the complex issues surrounding the South China Sea, pare-pareho tayo pong mabibiktima. So yun muna, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat, Congressman. I agree with you. But with all due respect, the policy of the government about the West Philippine Sea must be followed by all of us. Because people governing this country is elected by the people. And having a policy like what was delivered by the Coast Guard of this country, we have to adhere with that. So, sige, proceed na po tayo, CICC, para pumunta po tayo doon sa tinatawag po nating deepfakes on how to analyze and to find out kung ito po ay peke o hindi.
With the permission of the chair. Good afternoon po. I am Marco, an agent of CICC, and I'll be presenting one of the tools that will basically detect deepfakes. So this tool, if you run it on your computer, anything that will be seen or you've watched on the computer, say for example, a YouTube video, Facebook video, a video from X, this tool will be able to detect it. So I will be quickly doing a demo of this tool. So one of our examples here is a deepfake video on President Zelensky. So this is publicly available on YouTube. So this tool, this app of ours is an app where you can install it on your computer. It acts somehow like an antivirus, and when you activate it, it will practically run like a background process. So if I run it now, as you can see here in the lower right, if I run it now and play the video, so it will take some time to analyze the video. And you can see on the lower right that you have a notification there.
The Zoom. Zoom niyo yan.
Yeah, on the lower right, please.
Yung color red sa baba, kasi yun ang nagde-determine kung fake or not. Yung nasa lower right, is that an application that you have to put on your computer or on
Yes.
your cell phone?
For now, it's you have to download it in your computer, Mr. Chair.
Anong app yung i-download mo?
It's a tool called Deepfake Agent. It is.
Sige, sir.
Mr. Chair, this is the tool that we have recently acquired, licensed software, which we intend to disseminate to the different watchdogs, to the civil society members who have a large following, so that madali report.
How about the members of this committee? Kasi kami wala na naman kaming capacity to find out kung, well, lumabas nga yung pulburon eh. Minsan, nakukonfuse ka. What more? Yung
right.
others. So, mabibigyan din po kami ng ganyang,
Well, Mr. Chair, the more the merrier, no?
Okay.
Because we will have a community-based fact checker. Hindi na siya controlled. These are independent fact checkers na who will only report to us.
How will you do that?
By registration, we have a policy right now that's being developed together with the other members of the Council of CICC as a guideline for reporting. You see, we have very limited manpower and very limited. If you have limited manpower, you cannot patrol the whole cyberspace.
Sige po. So, pwede ba natin muna ituloy yan para makita natin kung paano, how it works? Sige, CICC? Anong pangalan mo,
Marco, Mr.
Sige,
Chair.
Marco, please.
Okay, so nag-run through na yung process. So basically, the tool will take snapshots of the deepfake video. So as you can see, if I maximize it here, ayan yung samples, and it practically traces the face where it detects the anomaly. So it's practically automated na. So anything you view sa screen mo, and at the same time this tool is being run, magno-notify agad siya pag merong deepfake.
So, kapag nasa iyo na yung tool na yan, halimbawa sa laptop or sa cellphone, bago ka manood ng isang content or isang video, i-click mo muna yung, yung tool na yon.
Correct, Mr. Chair.
And then, lalabas yung color red that kanina nakita namin.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Alright. Sige. So, baka may question yung ibang kasi medyo maganda tong isyong to na makapacitate po natin yung ating mga mamamayan how to distinguish. Para hindi na po nagdedepensa ang gobyerno o sino man na, uy, ano yan? Deep fake yan, di ba? Sige. Meron ka pang sample?
May isa pa tayo example, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Ito naman si Tom Cruise, no?
Cruise. Ayan, Tom Cruise, go ahead.
So, ang gagawin ko ulit is to activate the tool and then run through the video. So it will take some time for it to detect. Ayan, so makita natin may notification na naman on the lower right that the deepfake video detected. So ito naman, next scene is si Mark Zuckerberg naman nagkaroon ng deepfake video. So definitely our tool will be able to detect this. So the tool will run for 30 seconds lang, and then after that, i-show na niya yung results nung mga nakita niya.
Pwede ba i-download yung, yung tool na yan? Or mag-originate yan sa inyo, sa DICT?
Mr. Chair, we purchased the license.
So you cannot just download it on your, because you have to pay kung may sa apps.
Right now, it's not a freeware, no? So maybe we can make certain representations to the developer to make it more affordable, especially for Filipinos. But right now, since we have the immediate concern of addressing deepfakes and empowering the public, kami nauna na kaming nag-purchase. Several
And you're-
500 licenses.
And you're giving it for free.
We're giving out for free. Para, of course, law enforcement partners will have a copy. Civil society and leading civil society groups will be provided PPCRV, sila NAMFREL. Ito yung mga organized groups na. Kasi sa kanila nagtatanong, sa kanila tumatakbo yung kanilang members.
At yung mga gumagawa ng ganitong deepfakes, afterwards, nagpapile kayo ng kaso.
If there will be, that's a big problem right now, no? Parang nahihiya mag-file ng complaint yung affected persons. So we really encourage those who are who are affected by deepfakes and the mga fake news, they have to report because that's part of our jurisprudence na kailangan mag-file ka ng complaint so that government can act on it.
Pag something personal, you need a complainant. But something like entails national security, motu proprio, our government
Yes, we can do
should
that.
build in. Secretary.
Mr. Chair, perhaps that's also one of the legislation that can be done. That in these cases, you do not need a personal complainant. That that the law authorizes a motu proprio filing of cases. If you would notice, Mr. Chair, in many instances, these cyber criminals really exploit this gap in the law that you require a complainant. So in the past, when a criminal robs a bank of 10 million pesos, you definitely have a complainant, the bank, kasi ninakawan siya ng 10 million. But a cyber criminal will steal 1 peso from 10 million people, there will be no complainant because ang ninakawan, piso lang. And the complainant will not go to the extent of filing a case and going through all of that for 1 peso. So they get away scot-free because the law requires a complainant to file the case. So in this case, I think the law should allow the law enforcement agency or the prosecution the motu proprio power to represent the people, since it's always the people versus the represent the people without a private complainant to file against these cyber criminals.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes.
At least nakikita natin yung mga lapses natin, loopholes natin. So, it's a good thing that we have a committee hearing like this, no? Para ma-resolve po natin yung mga gaps. Siguro, proceed po tayo sa, kung wala na po sa CICC, punta na po tayo sa DOJ. Meron pa ba sa CICC? Ha?
That's all for now.
NTC pala, NTC. NTC, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. We joined CICC and DICT's representations.
Thank you so much. Ang NTC kasama sa ano, no? Hindi nila kasama sa coordinating center, di ba? Sige, tanungin na lang kayo ng mga members mamaya NTC. DOJ.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, as well as the co-chairpersons of this TRICOM and our esteemed congressmen. First and foremost, Your Honor, I am State Prosecutor Dan Parocha, Your Honor, and I am representing the Office of Cybercrime in my capacity as the OIC Director, Your Honor. And we joined the presentation of the DICT and CICC, Your Honor, as a council, which we agreed upon and formulated last Friday and yesterday, Your Honor. So we are already part of the presentation, Your Honor.
Yes, okay. NBI Cybercrime Division.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Chair and our esteemed members of the Congress. We are one with the CICC as member of the Council. So the presentation of the CICC was a consolidated effort of all of the agencies involved in the Council, Mr. Chair.
Okay. NBI, PNP, Anti-Cybercrime Group.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to everyone. Actually, sir, we are one also with the ICT and CICC. We have just recently a meeting, and probably the PNP will just be submitting our position paper, our recommendations, and in behalf of the Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Romel Francisco Marbil, would like to extend our gratitude for inviting us here. Thank you.
Kanina, just si General Torre, I think biktima rin siya ng ano ng fake ano, di ba? Pero nag-file siya. Nag-file siya, di ba? Nag-file siya ng kaso, si General Torre. Sayang, hindi natin nakalista siya eh. Tatanungisan natin siya about it. Anyway, punta po tayo sa Independent Media Organization. Yung ating pong mga... Yes.